Alrighty, boys, listen. This right here, oh man. Oh man. What a post. I skimmed through it real quick, and let me tell you, what a post. Alright, listen. Bannerlord was a grift. You already know that's going to be the title of the YouTube video. Sensational. Absolutely sensational. Look, I'm not even going to give you the precursor. It's entertainment. Don't get too upset. It is what it is. My opinion can differ from yours. Kumbaya. Alright, let's do it. Alright. So, Bannerlord was a grift. Let's find out how it was a grift. Alright. So, the first, what's called the main post says, this is a thread going into more detail on a post I made last month here. Alright. I will avoid the usage of the word scam, as that would be seen as disingenuous and possibly I don't know what that word is. Listen, dog, don't be using big words, dog. Don't do that. Alright? Listen. Listen, I've never heard this word used in my life. And I don't want to hear nobody in my comments be like, listen, dog, I use that word every day. No. No, you don't. Even though, as I will outline below, the figures are roughly correct, and it isn't liable if it's true. Okay? Nevertheless, I'm going to lay forth a claim that Bannerlord, at least in its current state, and as far as I know in the past few years, was simply a grift. Ah yes, a simple swindle. Okay. Here's why. Part 1, the financial breakdown. Dun, dun, dun. Alright, this will be bold in statements which are amendments to my previous post or things needed to be added. The average game developer in I can't say this. Istanbul, there you go, similar to Ankara, makes around 60 Turkish lira an hour, which equates to 7 USD, which is an average pay of 125 lira per year, about 14,500 USD. Okay. I don't know if that's good. It doesn't sound good. Let me see. Average cost of housing in Istanbul. What's the average cost? How much does it cost? The total cost of living is around $542 in Istanbul. The average rent for a one-bedroom apartment is $266 per month. And utilities cost around $57. So around 330. Okay, no. Okay, so a little bit over $300 for a single bedroom, right? Okay. So times 12. That's not bad then. But then again, I don't know how much everything else costs. But okay. I guess if you're a single thing, but I'm pretty sure a lot of these guys have families, which they've talked about in the past too. But okay, let's continue. There are 131 employees at Tailworlds as of 2020. Therefore, the employee pay must be roughly what's it called? 1 million. Okay, so he's talking about all of them. So he's taking the average, which is 14,500 times on 131. Okay. Probably a little bit less or more based on currency exchanges. I'm not sure about Turkish tax law, but assuming the payroll taxes are roughly the same as the U.S., let's say 10%. Rounding up, let's say, no. Okay, listen, you could have literally looked this up, okay? Turkish, what's it called? Payroll taxes. It literally says that their tax rate is 29%. 29%. So look, your whole financial statement, you could have literally Googled it, dog. I'm right here Googling it as we're speaking. It is 29.1% in 2020. So, oh no, I don't know where this is going, but again. Okay, so we're at 2,200,000. Okay. Overhead is somewhat difficult to calculate, but I would put their facility costs with electricity, which is cheap in Turkey, is probably around 5,000 a month. This is just rough estimate based on how many employees they have and how much square footage they would need. So overhead would be roughly 60,000 USD a year. To be conservative and account for accidents, miscellaneous expenses, let's put this expensive aside from marketing at roughly 2.5 million USD. All right, look, before we move on, I'm gonna keep it real with you. A lot of these calculations are all over the place. I'm gonna keep it real with you, because look, he says that what's called the facility costs is around 5,000 a month. How big is the facility? Like, we don't even know how big the facility is. The taxes are completely wrong. That could have been done with a simple Google search. Using the average cost for a game developer, bro, everyone gets paid different. And then the whole, just multiplying the average by the dog. These are a lot of estimates. These are a lot of estimates. And trying to put all these estimates together to somehow prove this point. Oh, yeah, we're going down a steep road. All right, let's continue. Bannerlord has sold between 3 to 5 million copies, according to SteamDB and Steam Spy, at an average price of $45. It depends on the region. Some places sell for less. Some, like pound and euro, sell for more. After Steam's 30% cut, this leaves Tailwolds with roughly 31.5 for each sale. To be conservative, let's put it down to 30. With the roughly 4 million sales, Tailwolds has made roughly 120 million in revenue from Bannerlord. Bannerlord has been in development since 2012, as far as we know. Let's give them 2 years pre-announcement development, which equals 11 years. Assuming 100% of the time that Tailwolds is devoted to Bannerlord, which it wasn't, Warband was still in development. Well, during this time, this means that $27.5 million was spent in expenses. Let's double that for marketing. This expense of $55 million yielded them $120 million, which, with much wiggle room, cushions, and conservative estimates, $65 million. Likely more, because I doubt Tailwolds spent that much in marketing, and salaries are probably less than I calculated. Could be as much as 100 million USD. I may have gotten some calculations wrong along the way, and I may have estimated poorly, but no matter. That is a lot of profit for this garbage can excuse for a game that we got. So you're telling me you did all this guesstimization. I read all of this, and this is the last sentence you're gonna put. This is your part one of like trying to prove how this is not a scam, because I'm guessing you got in trouble for saying it's a scam, but it's actually a grift. Dog, what a useless thread, dog. You wasted all this time to prove 0 points whatsoever. The math is all over the place. You know what I mean? Literally starting from the taxes, dog. You could have Googled it. Like how can I believe all these other numbers if I just Googled it as I was reading? It was so easy to Google Turkey payroll taxes. That's it. That's all you have to Google. So by that, here's my estimate. By you not Googling even this simple thing, how do I know that any of this is that? And I'm not going to Google each single thing. Do not for a second think I'm going to go out here and Google all of this. Absolutely out your mind. But dog, how far have you fallen into this like thread, like this negativity in the forums rabbit hole? Bro, what's going on, bro? Bro, reach out to me, bro. We have to have a talk or something, man. Listen, I'll be your therapist for like, one session or something like that, free of charge, bro. What is going on? What is proven here? That they made profits? Okay. I doubt it's 100 million. Look, I'm gonna put a big doubt right there. But what? Okay, hold on. So what did he say they got? Bro, where did he even say how much they profited? Where? Ah, God, what a mess. Bro, even if they made a profit, so? I'm sorry. Like, I'm just saying, so, but they're not allowed to make a profit just because you didn't like the game? That's crazy. Imagine, bro. Listen, this garbage can excuse made that much money, bro. That's crazy. And that's crazy. You want me to say it again? This garbage can excuse made this much money. Does that make you mad? Does that make you upset? Good. Good. Alrighty. Part 2. Dun dun dun. Gameplay and features or lack thereof. Alright. The gameplay of this game is, to put lightly, lacking. There are more than enough threads to complain about the bare bones hollowness of the game. Let me stop you right there. Just because there's a lot of people complaining on the forums, which is a very minority group of players, if you look on the Steam, the majority love the game. It is what it is. Just because there's a lot of crybabies on the forums, sorry that I had to call them that, but at this point, it's a little bit too much crying to not be considered a baby. Listen, I'm just going to say how it is. And it's usually the same guys. They usually make 1 or 2 threads per week. It's literally like the same 10 guys. Literally. And then they recruit like 1 new recruit every single week. But that's pretty much it. It's literally the same people. You know? And then they bump up the threads by always commenting on each other's threads. I see what they're doing. They're not slick. I see what they're doing. You know, they bump it enough. They start having conversations within the thread. Make it a couple pages worth so other people get, you know, attention and actually get pulled into it. Yeah. They do it every time. And I'm going to keep it honest with you. Using that as a benchmark, like, oh, see, it really is lacking because these same 10 people have made the same 10 threads every single week. It's not a good argument. I'm going to keep it honest with you. It's not a good argument. Especially since there's like, what, 20,000 just on Steam, 20,000 players daily that come back daily. That 10 number is very insignificant compared to the amount of daily players. It just is what it is. Alrighty. I'm not a single player. I like multiplayer. The lack of multiplayer support for this game is at this point astounding and legendary. Ooh. The fact that modders for various projects are simply waiting for TerraWorlds to just let them get their hands on it so they can improve the game for everyone's enjoyment is beyond me. It is so snail-brained, and what few explanations TerraWorlds has given are vague and meaningless. They use a lot of words to say nothing. Oh! They use a lot of words to say nothing. Listen, dog. Let me show you an example of using a lot of words to say nothing. Literally, these 2 paragraphs that you literally stated. You did all of this estimation and all of this guessing to literally say nothing. You literally said nothing here. Come on, dog. Don't catch yourself like that, bro. Proofread what you wrote, bro. What is this, bro? Dog, you're making this too easy, bro. Come on, man. Come on. Ay, ay, ay. And like I've talked about in the other things, like, if you like, they give you explanations, they tell you a lot, they reply a lot, you know. You're an old guard, so I'm guessing that you've been here for a while. I'm guessing that's what it means. So listen, I'm gonna keep it honest with you. A lot of these guys who've been on the forums for a long time, and they swear they just don't see dev replies, and I'm a person who doesn't even have an account, and I see dev replies, and I show them to you guys very frequently. It's pathetic. It's pathetic, dog. You've been on this forum for so long, and you can't find dev replies. Get better, bro. Get better, alright? Open the eyes, man. You know what I'm saying? Open your eyes, because they're there. He says the recent patches to the game have improved almost nothing. That's also false. Performance literally did a 180. It's amazing now compared to what it was before. We've gotten new features. Yes, they might not have been the features that you wanted. Some stuff was cut, definitely. It happens. You know what I mean? But we have gotten good features. And the dev diaries show us no hope. Again, huge disagree. Is he talking about the video diaries? If you look at the video diaries on YouTube, a lot of people love them. They get very highly rated. You know what I mean? Like, let me pull one up for you. Let me go on the Tail World's YouTube. All right. There we go. I pulled it up for you. So look, all the development updates. 100K views, 100K views. 5.3 likes, 52 dislikes. Like, what? Like, what do you mean? People are happy about this stuff. Like, what are you talking about? People are actually happy about it. Like, people, look, it's always happiness. Like, yeah, crazy how that works, right? With feature after feature being canceled or postponed, it seems like Terrorwoods is just doing nothing while goading us to trust them, holding a carrot in front of our eyes. Not even hurriedly can be fixed. Look, I'm gonna keep it honest with you. I think the person holding the carrot in front of your eyes is the other forum members that got you this deep into this. At this point, you can call it, you know, like, I don't even know if I can say that word on YouTube because YouTube censors so much stuff. But let me write it down real quick. Hold on. You see what I wrote there on the screen right there? This is what it's become at this point. You know what I mean? This is what I'm gonna label it as. All right. But yeah, look, and I'll keep it honest with you. After feature being canceled or postponed, it's like, dog, it's not like they're coming out every week and being like, this is canceled, this is postponed, this is that. That's not what they're doing either. You know what I mean? Stuff that wasn't going to be in the game, they've already made it kind of clear. Like the whole ship's not being in the game. A lot of people are upset about that. But they made it clear. You know what I mean? You know, they said that, you know, the crime thing isn't going to be as expansive as people thought. They made it clear. Yeah. It's unfortunate. I've talked about how it is unfortunate. But, again, nobody's dangling a carrot in front of you telling you to trust them. I don't think I've ever heard one of the developers to literally say anything that has to do with trust us. You know what I mean? They're literally just telling you what it is. If you choose to believe it, if you choose to like it, if you choose to not like it, that's up to you. Nobody is pressuring you to, like, believe something. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, no one is. Alright. Part 3. Bannerlord Online. The lack of support for the Bannerlord Online mod made by one random Russian guy in a basement. Again, where do you get this information from? It's literally made by a team. It's not made by one guy. And why do you make it sound like it's some kind of, like, you know what I mean? Some one random Russian guy in the basement. Dog, you are really bad. Like, I was about to say something else, but you are really bad at making any arguments. Like, this is just an absolute garbage thread, dog. Like, this is garbage. Whatever you were trying to prove here, God, what a waste of time on my part. You know what I mean? What an absolute waste of time. You know, if you are fighting for the lack of support and you're fighting for the modder, why are you going to make it sound like he's some, like, oh, one random Russian guy in the base? Why'd you say it like that? Why couldn't you say one, not even random, one Russian developer, mod developer? If this is going to be actually fighting for that, you know, for modders, why would you call him out like this? You just mad at the world? Like, well, what's wrong, man? What's going on with this? He says, an absolutely gorgeous mod with so much ambition and potential, but mostly important what fans wanted. Yeah, and fans supported it a lot. Again, this whole lack of support. Again, another absolute lie. Is he talking from the developers? What do you want the developers to do? What, they're not canceling the mod. You know what I mean? Like, it's going good. You know what I mean? The people of Bannerlord Online, they weren't like, oh, the mods are attacking us. What you want them to do? Shout them out? Like, people know about it. It's known. Like, and like the whole, like, lack of, bro, it literally, look, before they went private on Patreon and stuff like that, their Patreon was up to like 6K per month. And then PayPal also, that we don't get to see publicly, but if you go to their Discord, you can kind of see, you know, by the tiers that they have for their PayPal donors, you can also see that they were making close to 10K per month. Close. That's pretty big for you know, I don't know, I'm pretty sure that's, you know, amongst the top echelon of like modders that get paid pretty well. Getting paid almost 10K a month for a single mod that they have created, I think is pretty good. You know, so I don't think there's a lack of support. And again, you say that it's so beautiful and gorgeous, then why did you make it sound like this? They're actually a team if you didn't know that. It's not just one guy. If you did at least like literally the bare bones of research, you would find out it's not one guy. Like, gosh, this is so... The here we go with the big ass words again, dog. Listen, this doesn't make your argument sound any better. I'll be honest with you. Using these big words that no one uses. Listen, chill out, bro. What is this? The ambivalent. I don't know how to say that word. And before, you know, the guy who made this is like, oh, you don't even know how to say words. You're stupid like that. I know 4 languages, dog. All right? Thank you. Appreciate it. All right? Thank you. So I do get sometimes my languages mixed up, and I don't know every single word in the English, what's it called, dictionary. You know what I mean? So come at me, dog. Appreciate it. So the whatever, I'm guessing he means like, you know, the absolute no support towards it by Tailwood shows after years of people begging for a co-op campaign somehow proves that Tailwoods doesn't give a boop about their fans want or think. What did you want them to do? They didn't go on opposition to it, but that doesn't mean they also have to be like, oh, check this out, guys, right here, check it out, right here, check it out, right here. Like they always said, they're always in support of modders, and they're trying to work with the other modders right now. We've literally had replies in the forums of them working with those other modders as well, with you know, features that are coming and updates that are coming. So what is this like? What is this? He said this is the most egregious example, but there are more. Dun, dun, dun. Gone are the days of improving upon mods like a mount and musket, in which the days we know the best. F off modders. Dog, I'm peeping honest with you. You just sound like an upset person. And you're just grasping for straws, and you're just grasping for whatever can go towards your arguments, and it's just not a strong argument. Like, the financial stuff, absolute mess. This whole, like, you know, lack of features, it's not even true, you know what I mean? And like, this contradiction of just like, you know, oh, you know, they want us to believe them. It's like, no one ever told you to be like, oh, trust us. Like, no one said that to you. And then this right here, you know what I mean? At the same time, trying to fight for the modder, but also calling him out as like some guy in the basement, which, you know, yeah, he didn't call him anything bad, but at the same time, a guy in the basement is usually referencing some kind of, you know, like a person who would be considered like a loser, you know, in like the public's eyes, someone who would be considered someone who hasn't done anything in their life, you know, some along those lines, right? Whenever people say a guy in the basement, they usually mean somebody who, you know, is like that. And if you try to like say like, oh no, that's not what I meant, you're lying. You're lying. You could have worded it so many different ways, and that's how you worded it. So, again, it doesn't help with your argument. Now, part 4, time. All right. Bannerlord took forever to release and is still in early access. You would think that a game with more time being tacked on to development would be better, not worse, but here we are 11 years later with nothing to show for it. What were they doing all that time? Twiddling their thumbs. I don't know, living their life. I don't know, doing other stuff in their life. I don't know, not just working day in and day out. Bro, at this point, like, people have lives. Their sole purpose isn't to just make this game for you. I'm sorry. And this whole, like, there's nothing to show for it. What do you mean? There's people playing this game every single day. Thousands of people playing this game. Enjoying it. It's a game. People have literally put hundreds and hundreds of hours. I have almost 600 hours. I bet you literally have hundreds of hours in this game, and you're still complaining. Like, God, what an absolute trash take. Twiddling their thumbs. What have you done in the past 11 years, dog? Comment in my video down below. What have you done in the past 11 years? I want to know your achievements, dog. Give me the achievements. Give me the achievements of your life in the past 11 years. Go. I got you, bro. Just go. Let me know. All right, conclusion. Bannerlord was a grift. Sensational. With all this being said, I think it is safe to include that while perhaps Tailworld's intentions when they first developed Bannerlord wanted to make a better game, the idea of grandeur and money probably got the best of them. It's hard to exactly pinpoint when Tailworld decided that money was more important than keeping fans happy, but I would wager around 2015-2016 was the idea of an excellent game was thrown away the window in favor of cash. Do you agree? No, I think this was an absolute disgrace. I think this was an absolute, there's so much fabricated lies, so much estimation that could have been easily saved, but I mean, changed with a Google search. A lot more of this stuff could have been searched 100%. You just saying, oh, well, there's no features, and not including anything else. It's just lazy. It's just the same old stuff. This whole concept of like they didn't support it, or there's no support from the community or no support from the developers is again ridiculous. And the whole thing, how you're trying to, this really got to me right here. I never understood this. Like, if you're fighting for the modders, why are you still trying to like kind of in a way be microaggressive towards this? Like, what is this? And then this whole time thing, it's like, dog, what an absolute trash take that's been just recycled in this forums. So no, this whole Bannerlord was a grift. No, I think a lot of people on the forums are delusional. That's what I think. Now let's see the same guys who literally will come in here and be like, yeah, I agree, because these are the same guys who make these stupid threads. Let's see. All right, so far proving to be dead on the money. All right. I think this is an excellent guess. Sensational. Yes, what an excellent guess, dude. No, yes, dog. Yes, dude. Listen, I'm going to keep it honest with you. Most of the stuff people say in the forums is an excellent guess. It's a guess. You know what I mean? It could be seen as excellent in people's eyes, but at the end of the day, it's still a guess. That is what it is. Hard to disagree with anything you wrote. Ah, yes. Ah, yes. Sensational. I would greatly enjoy seeing that Tailworlds can do no wrong bootlickers on the subreddit twist themselves into pretzels and explain away with this. You know what's crazy? So, what's it called? People have said that I am one of these bootlickers, as you would say. Now, here's the thing. It's hard to kind of explain my position because you can't have a conversation with someone who's immature and doesn't want to listen to anything. It's very hard to have a conversation with that person. Because what they're going to see is me saying something good when their stance is super negative. When they see someone saying something good, anything good, it could be literally 10% of me saying something good and then 90% of me saying something bad. And they'll look at that 10% and be like, oh my God, I can't believe it. You actually think they're doing a good job? No, they're not actually. They're not. And they'll just keep pushing this agenda of like, if you're not all the way negative about something, you can be... Even if you're on the fence, you know what I mean? Like most times when I cover this stuff that the devs have said, there's stuff that I agree on and there's stuff I don't agree on. But a thing that a lot of people in my videos, they come from these forums and they say like, oh, what's it called? Oh, so you're just agreeing with them. And then they just completely, you know what I mean? Like bypass and don't pretty much close their ears whenever I say, hey, I don't agree with this. I think it should be done like this. I think that should be done with like this. I don't completely agree with this. And because I don't turn into like this absolute like, person who's ready to call them, this and that, call their game trash and all that, just because I don't do that because it's not the thing to do and it won't really get anywhere. they get upset because they're like, oh, you're not on my side. You're not as immature as I am. And it's like, it's so weird, bro. It is so weird. Like, why be that way? Oh, God. I'm not reading any of these longer posts, dog. I'm completely done. I just want to see what else other people have to say. Oh. And you got people asking these questions. Bro, Google it, bro. Google it. Why are you... Oh, God. Bro, it's so crazy to me. Oh, my goodness. Just Google some of this stuff, man. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. We aren't complaining that the devs take too long. We are complaining that the game that was promised isn't going to be delivered, and Terrorworld seems to be absolutely fine with that. God, listen. We aren't complaining the devs are taking too long. 11 years with nothing to show for it. What were they doing all that time? Twiddling their thumbs. But you're not complaining that the devs were taking too long. With that, I'm going to end it. Listen, you guys in the forums. I can't do nothing else but laugh, bro. I can't do nothing else but laugh. You guys are drama queens. You guys, that is just what it is. You know, the fact that we've gotten to this point, well, it's not even that we've gotten to this point. We've been at this point where it's like you just make these absolute ridiculous threads that are opinion based, that have no actual facts on any single matter whatsoever. Guesstimations, you know what I'm saying, this and that. God, listen, you're trying so hard to prove your point, and it's laughable. It's laughable because literally none of it just... It's, bro. If you really hate the game, which I know you don't, you're riding this negativity train because you feel like you're fighting some battle. You feel like you have some purpose or whatever. Dog, it's not worth it. If you really hate the game, go do something else. It's such a crazy concept. And I don't want to hear none of you guys being like, oh, well, I'm doing this because I want true change. True change does not come from this. True change comes from being literally respectful to the other person that you want to change. If you want the game to change, then be respectful to those people that actually make the game. Acting out like this will not make any true change happen. That's not how it works. Literally, it's not how it works. Regardless if you say, oh, we get a reply. Cool, you got your reply. What else you got? Did you get the true change? You didn't. That's all I gotta say. There you go. Yikes. Alright, you boys stay safe.